I can see that. What else? Any other ones? Yard work. Yeah, you look out in your yard. I've got a huge pile of yard work right now myself, and I'm thinking, how am I going to get through all this? But you just got to take it step by step. Awesome. Any others? Maybe one more? Tree cutting? Yeah, that's a big one, right? With all this fire danger, we got a lot of tree cutting going on. That's kind of what I'm working at my house, too. So all these things, guys, if you break them into pieces, it can go a little better. All right, should we check out a bit more of this, see if the video works again?
Sure.
Okay.
Last time on Primal Quest, 58 teams began this epic journey with the steep climb of the 11,000-foot Lone Peak. Defending champion Team Nike charged out ahead with Robin Benincasa and Team Merrill Zanfel in hot pursuit. After a near career-ending injury and surgery last year, Robin is out to prove that she still has what it takes to be a champion. But it's not her hip surgery that has her worried. Recent snowmelt has the rivers in flood stage, and Robin will have to face her biggest fear, the dangerous and raging whitewater of Gallatin Canyon.
I was like literally afraid for my life.
The rookie mother-daughter team of Active Racing is still in the competition. But their inexperience and Melissa's blistered feet has them struggling at the back of the pack. And it is just the first day.
The Great Rocky Mountains. Big Sky Country. Montana. This is the arena for the world's most challenging human endurance competition. For 10 days, 58 four-person co-ed teams will race non-stop against 550 miles of extreme terrain. They will riverboard and kayak through thundering whitewater.
I've had those tapes in my head all the time of that feeling of this is it, this is the moment I'm gonna die.
Trek through the snow and ice of the notorious Crazy Mountains.
We're scared to death with the snow conditions, the avalanches, the slides, bear tracks everywhere. We're scared to death for the athletes.
Bike the prairies and canyons of Paradise Valley and climb the sheer rock walls of Gallatin Canyon.
The whole time going up that road, I just kept thinking, I can't fall. I don't want to fall.
100,000 feet of elevation gain, 550 miles. 58 teams will begin the adventure. Many will never see the finish line.
Hypothermic, exhausted, and terrified, the pressure of the race forces Robin Benincasa back into the frigid water. On a cold day, this next section of the river is referred to as the Mad Mile, a notorious and unrelenting stretch of whitewater. With the river already in flood stage and rising by the minute, the Mad Mile has turned into a raging torrent of angry rapids and dangerous obstacles. With the machine-like Terminators of Team Nike right on her heels, Robin must negotiate the violent torrent of one of the worst days in the river's history, and she must do it alone.
I loved it, and I hadn't really done much riverboarding up until then, but it wasn't that dissimilar to being out in the surf on a wild day.
You know, there's that whole horrible thought of it's like jumping out of a plane. It's like I'm jumping out of a perfectly good airplane with a parachute with a sack over my head. I knew that I wasn't going to be with any of my teammates on that whitewater swimming section. I mean, you really are all alone. And there's no way that if you lose that board that those guys are going to be able to save you as much as they'd like to.
Riverboarding isn't about just holding on for the ride. With the river choked with obstacles, the competitors must constantly kick to avoid getting tangled in the rocks and trees. A fate that could easily result in serious injury or death. For the rookie mother-daughter team of Active Racing, the first 24 hours have already taught valuable lessons about preparation and team dynamics.
It was pretty good bushwhack last night. Ran into, 10 or 15 teams up on the mountain, showing sections. Finally found our way down to a good place to take a nap. Slept for about an hour and a half, got some food. Had enough.
Came to a really raging little creek that we had to cross. And the only way, well, one way would be to walk across it, but the river was probably knee deep. Then there was this big log that you could either walk across or you could wrap around and kind of scoot across. Eric's the kind of guy that will just, go for it. And then he almost fell in, and then he decided he was actually going to get in the water and walk across. He has his maps in a case, and he got into the water, and he got about waist deep, and it was moving so fast he got locked, like he couldn't move. And then he tried to turn, and he couldn't move. And at that point, the water was moving so fast that it ripped his net bag off him. And went flying down the stream, and everybody's like, ah! So start running, and you realize, this water moving so fast, pretty much he was waving Max goodbye. And then we're just like, okay, now what do you do?
Rather than risking the frigid temperatures and rushing water, they choose to cross the precarious bridge provided by the fallen log. Already far behind, they have only a few hours to reach the next checkpoint, where they risk
Risk. What do they risk? I think they weren't going to make it in time, kind of for a certain cutoff. All right, guys. Final couple of pieces. First of all, any last questions about what you saw right there? Anything you're curious about? Yep.
The river was rushing really fast.
Yeah, it was. It was going super fast because there was a lot of snow in the mountains, and then it got really hot. So there was a whole bunch of water going down. So it was super fast and kind of hard to stay in control. Yep.
They said that Robin was alone. What happened to her team?
Good question. And I think that was kind of a little bit of the TV production because she really wasn't alone. I was actually right next to her the whole time going down through that. But it's kind of hard, when you're in the riverboard, you hang on to your own board, so it's hard to help someone out. Yeah, great question. Any others? Yep. Okay, great question. How do you feel when you see a teammate fall or your teammate's in trouble or something like that? Usually the first thing you think is, okay, are you okay? Is this a big injury? Are you going to be all right? That's the first thing you think. And usually they are, so then you help each other out. You kind of say, all right, is there anything we need to do here to get going? And then you help them, because you know that many times later on, you're going to be the one who needs help as well. Great question. All right, guys, final piece here. The rodeo stampede. I think maybe you've heard about this, maybe not. This is something coming up about a week and a half here, kind of in conjunction with the Evergreen Rodeo. It's at the Evergreen Rodeo grounds. There's a 1 mile run, a 2 mile, a 50-yard dash. And here's some of the things to look forward to. First of all, individuals, I think it's top 3 in each age group, would be receiving medals, kind of like this. So something, if you're interested, maybe go for one of those. And then here's the big one. This is kind of a cool trophy. The runningest school in Evergreen, Colorado. So the school that has the most participants in this rodeo stampede, you can check out that website. You can Google it. Just Google rodeo stampede. You'll find this. The school that has the most entrants gets to take home this trophy and $100. So kind of a cool thing maybe to work towards. All right, guys, final thing here. We're just about on the way out. If you would, final chance to chat with someone around you here. Think about, is there any way that you could increase activity or exercise